Go.
What's good, everybody? Mueller Monday. I got Chef Dunk, myself. We got a special guest coming our way. We got a lot of crazy, good, exciting news. Hopefully, you strive for greatness. Motto of the day. We got a whole bunch of things talking NFL, NBA, MLB, our bracket challenge. Dunkel had a crazy big interview we're going to talk about. We got, like I said, we already have a really good guest coming on our way. If you haven't already, subscribe, leave a like. Doesn't take that long. Doesn't do anything new. Does a lot for us. But sit back, relax. You got about 30 minutes of pure entertainment. So, Dunkel, how you doing, my man?
I'm great, Jake. I'm doing very well today. As you mentioned, I had a big interview today. Also had a class presentation. So it has definitely been a crazy day of speaking. But also, I would just like to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, Wisconsin Heroics. If you guys don't know them by now, I mean, if you're new, welcome. What's going on? Make sure you subscribe, like Jake said. But if you've been following us for a while now, you would know that Wisconsin Heroics is a proud sponsor of this podcast. We love Wisconsin Heroics. We love what they're doing over there. Right about Wisconsin sports, outdoor sports, fantasy sports. We love what they are doing. They love what we are doing. I will have all of their links down below. Make sure you guys go check them out. Make sure you guys also say, like, if you see an article you like, drop them a comment on Twitter, be like, hey, great article. We greatly appreciate it. Something like that, just something fun for them to know that, we're getting people over there from us. But Jake, as you said, we got a lot of great topics today on tap. Really excited about this lineup. Excited for the special guest that'll be joining us here in about 20 minutes ish. But Jake, what are we starting out with today, man? What's the first topic?
Right off the bat, we got an NFL legend who's retiring. Drew Brees is going to retire officially after 20 years. He's pretty much one or two in every statistical category for it, being a QB, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. But he did announce today, however, that he will be an NBC sports broadcaster. So you will still see my man. So that's leaving the spot open in the Saints. Jameis Winston, they just re-signed him. They got Taysom Hill, a.k.a. Swiss Army Knife, a.k.a. Baby Jesus. So they got going on for there. A little rumor I heard was they might trade Jameis Winston and Taysom to get Russell Wilson. So you never know. So there's some moves possibly happen. Dunkel, you want to give me something about Drew Brees, what he meant to you as a child, or anything like that about Drew?
So obviously, Jake, like you touched on, Drew Brees is an all-time great quarterback. Love watching him. Loved watching him. Growing up, obviously, Drew was definitely in the peak of his prime when I was watching football. He's one of the biggest competitors in NFL history. Drew kind of suffered from having the Mannings, the Bradys, the Rodgers, and the Wilsons in his era. I think he definitely would have won more Super Bowls if those guys hadn't been around. But he's still a Super Bowl champion. Drew Brees is obviously, like you said, up there statistically. He's probably got the best statistics of any all-time quarterback in NFL history. I personally believe he's a top 10 quarterback all time without question. Drew Brees, what he meant to the game of football is unbelievable. I know he's done a lot for down there in New Orleans, especially with Hurricane Katrina that went on down there. I know Drew Brees was one of the more influential people in getting that city back to where it is today. So yeah, I can't say enough about Drew Brees. Wish him nothing but the best in the retirement, and honestly, I think the NFL is going to miss him. Some of these older quarterbacks are getting close to retirement. Obviously Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers are.
Hey! Don't say that. Don't say that, man. Don't say that. I might tear up. Don't say that.
Tom Brady and Aaron
Don't say
Rodgers
it.
are getting a little bit older now. You know, Obviously, I think me and Jake both agree those guys are still at their peak, the peak of their powers, and they could still definitely go out there and compete for a Super Bowl. And I think both of them have a great shot next year to be back in the same spot as next year. But we'll talk about a little bit about that as the show goes on. But Jake, what were your thoughts on Drew Brees, man?
It was kind of expected. We all kind of expected him to retire. Like you said, great guy on and off the field, Walter Payton Award winner,
Yeah.
nominated almost every single year. I'm pretty sure this guy's nuts on and off the field, what he meant to the whole city
Yeah.
of New Orleans.
Unreal.
Shout out to him. Great guy. We ran a poll on this if he's a top five QB of all time. 73% yes. But now he's got to go against another great. You got to go against Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Well, in this broadcasting world, he's got to go against Tony Romo. So I ran a poll on that, Dunkel. I said, is Tony Romo the best NFL broadcaster right now? 64% said yes. Drew, you got your work cut out for you. I expect to see a good fight. But speaking of fighting here, Dunkel, the Patriots are going to put up a fight this upcoming season. They are splashing out and still splashing out money like no one's business. They hit an all-time high for the first day of NFL free agency of money. Dunkel, they almost spent $150 million in contracts. They got people for defense and offense, so I'm excited to see it. Bill Belichick is doing something, Patriots normally don't do. All right, they're splashing, they're splurging. Dunkel, do you believe that the Patriots have a really good chance of making the Super Bowl and then on top of it, winning the Super Bowl?
So I do think that their chances definitely have went up greatly in the past, what is it now, 28 hours, since the legal tampering period went into place, where you can talk with guys and negotiate contracts. The league year starts tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. But Jake, I think New England, they definitely got a lot of great pieces. I think, a lot of what gets untalked about is New England was probably the most affected team by the opt-outs. They had 8 players opt out. A
Big
lot of
one.
guys very influential too. Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung in that mix. So you add those guys back, you pair that with Devon Godshaw, who I think is a very good, talented defensive tackle. I really like the additions at the wide receiver position. Maybe overpaid for Nelson Aguilar a little bit, but still, it's able to give Cam targets to be able to throw the ball. And I think Jonnu and Hunter Henry are going to be great fits there in New England. And I expect the Patriots to definitely be in the playoffs next year. And I would not put it past Bill Belichick in making another Super Bowl run. I will say though, you're going to have to go up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who also made a big splash. We'll talk about more as the show goes on, but I love what New England's done so far, and a lot of people are telling me they're not done yet. Jay Glazer has reported that they are not done yet. So a guy that I think keep your eye on is Kenny Galladay. I think if the Patriots were able to get him, I think they would become a really big time team, and I would dare to say it. They may be the favorite in the AFC if they get Kenny Galladay.
Uncle, you took the words right out of my mouth. You're going to have a Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady Super Bowl next year, and that's a guarantee, 100%. They just signed 8 players in the first day to some, like you said, some stupid contracts, but they're still going. Literally, I wrote this like this morning, how many players they have, which was 8 players. They've already signed 2 extra ones already. I think both tight ends, if I'm talking about it. And like you said, they might go after a nice wide receiver. Cam Newton is going to have targets out his wazoo. And I just think that's all they need. Cam Newton had he was battling through injuries, COVID, all that new system. Bill Belichick, it's Patriots, so you got to learn it. I think this team's they're probably 1 or 2 in the AFC, and I would not be surprised if I saw a good Super Bowl of Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick, and then that'll be talked about. But I'm not going to talk about it now. I don't want my blood pressure getting too high, if that's okay with you, Dunkel.
But Jake, I will say that with this team and with Bill Belichick, you cannot count this team out by any stretch of the imagination. I will say too, I think the NFC next year is gonna be status quo again. I think it's gonna be Green Bay or Tampa representing the NFC. That to me is without a doubt, and I think it's between probably New England and Kansas City. And I think for me, if you sat up there and told me that the AFC Championship next year is Belichick against Mahomes, I would take Belichick, honestly, because we've seen what Bill Belichick defenses do to Patrick Mahomes. I love Patrick Mahomes, Jake. I know you're also a fan of his as well. But there's something about Belichick's defense that just gives him troubles. I will say though, Stephon Gilmore is a name to look out for. If he does get traded, I think that may become a problem for the Patriots to get to the Super Bowl. But I think that he is going to stay. Also, been hearing this now, Jake. Been seeing rumors about it. Patrick Peterson's representatives and agents have been in contact with the Packers about a possible deal. So just some breaking news here. Maybe that's a possibility. I would love that. Jake knows Pat Pete's one of my favorite players, but Jake, I will say Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick, that'd be something. That'd be something.
I could one up you right now. You think Patrick Peterson going to the Packers is cool? The Bears just signed Andy Dalton, baby. Red Rocket, baby. 1 year, $10 million. That's a steal. That is a steal. We needed him. I wanted him, Duenkel. I wanted Andy Dalton, dude. God, we're so trash. That's awful. But we also ran a poll. We're not going to talk about it. Patriots, we ran a little poll on there. 30% of you believe that the Patriots are going to make the Super Bowl. 70 said fat no. So I hope some of you eat your words, to be honest with you, but that's just me. But like we said, Andy Dalton, he just signed with the Bears. There's a lot of signings happening right now. A lot of trades, a lot of signings. I'm not going to go through it right now. We'll probably do it once it's died down a little bit. So probably next week or the week after that. But you know what's not dying down? March Madness hype, baby. That's happening this week. It's coming up. We have a bracket challenge out there. We ran a poll, and I see some of you fake fans out there. 43% said no, that they didn't sign up for that. What is that? What? They're like proud of it? Three of you. I know exactly who the three of you are. You're lucky. That's all I'm saying. God, but we got a bracket challenge out. It's free. It's fun. Do it. Who cares? You know what I'm saying, Duenkel? It's fun.
And also, at the end, we were planning on giving out something, Duenkel Productions.
Some merch. We're going to give stuff out. And that, say you get the perfect bracket, which is 1 in 9 quintillion. Yes, that is a little hard. That's a little bit big of odds, right?
Yeah.
You can win. I think it's $1 billion. I think Warren Buffett puts $1 billion on it. So you have a chance at $1 billion. You're not going to take it. You're a loser. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. But, I'm done coming at the fans, Duenkel. March Madness starts in 2 days.
Well, Jake, also, man, it's 1 free, 2 super easy to sign up. Me and you filled out our brackets very quickly. Here's the thing, too, is if you win, it's fun. You get a shout out. If you hadn't been on the podcast before, you get to come on a podcast with me and Jake, special Mueller Monday edition. And also, you know what? Possibly at the end, we'll give the winner away something Duenkel Productions, whether that's a shirt, whether that's some artwork, whether that's anything. I mean, you guys got to let me know down below some ideas. Maybe if you guys leave some comments, we'll come up with something. We don't want to obviously go too crazy. But we also, want to give back to the fans and, say thank you for signing up for the bracket challenge because it's a lot of fun and we feel like it's a good opportunity to put out good content.
For sure. If you haven't already known it, March Madness starts in 2 days, March 18th. That's when tip-off is, baby. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be all held in Indiana, where basketball is made. That's the place, right? So it's a great place for having it there. But make sure you sign up for the bracket challenge. Come on. I've been sending it out to a lot of people. If you don't have it, DM one of us on the old Instagram, comment down below. Duenkel, can you put the link into the description?
I will.
How much easier can we make this, people?
The link will be at the top of the description. I'll put it on first thing. That's even before like the little synopsis of what this podcast is going to be about. So yeah, you better go sign up. You better do it. You better go. It's free, man. It's free. It's free. And it's a lot of fun too. It's a lot of fun. And also guys, going off of what Jake was saying, on Sunday, we will be doing a special edition YouTube live on Sunday. We'll obviously be talking about the games, talking about free agency. Jake Sirianni will be joining us for that, which I'm very excited about it. Got the 2 Jakes joining me, so I'm really excited about it. Jake Mueller, Jake Sirianni, two of the boys. But yeah, Jake.
One time I did a 360 dunk in a game. The cameras aren't on though, so I know a thing or two about basketball. So So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's free. Starts March 18th. Make sure you sign up. We already have, I think, 20 people in that already. Let's try to get that up to like 25. Let's try to get that going. All right.
Here's the thing. Everybody that has said, "Oh, no, we haven't signed up." Yeah, we got some more people, Jake. We've gotten 3 more people throughout the course of the afternoon.
I've been sending it out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And by the way, whoever said no, please sign up. Come on. I mean, what are you doing, man?
I'm not going to expose them,
Right,
but I know
right.
who it is.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
One of them was my mom.
Susan did sign up for the bracket challenge. How?
Doesn't matter.
Susan might win. I think it can happen in March. Susan Mueller might win the bracket challenge.
Luck of the Irish, baby. Luck of the Irish. But so, Duenkel, now that we got that out of our system, talking about that getting a little crazy. You want to talk about the crazy interview that you just had probably, 10 hours ago? You explain this. You explain this.
So huge shout out to Jake Sirianni over at Wisconsin Sports Heroics. Huge shout out to Mayfield Sports, all those guys over there for making that interview possible. It was definitely really cool to have the opportunity to talk with Packer legend, the grave digger himself, Gilbert Brown. I was able to sit down and have a phone conversation with him for about 20 minutes today. It was a great conversation. We talked about obviously his foundation, the Gilbert Brown Foundation. I'll have that link down below. Make sure you guys check it out. If you would like, you can donate. It's a great cause. Gilbert's doing a lot of great work for athletes in need. He's doing football camps, giving out free cleats. He's working with the Boys and Girls Club. He's really stepping up his game off the field. And also, Gilbert Brown as well has launched an anti-bullying campaign for high school, middle school, and grade school, which I think is absolutely unbelievable. We obviously talked a little bit about Kenny Clark and his relationship with him. Obviously those two played kind of the similar position, but it was a great interview today with Mr. Gilbert Brown, and huge shout out to Mayfield and huge shout out to Jake Sirianni, everybody over at the team at Wisconsin Heroics, everybody for picking me to be able to do that interview. It really meant a lot. And I can't say enough good things.
Of course, no. Whenever you get a chance to talk to a big Packer legend or even a legend like that, Hall of Famer, Duenkel, crazy opportunity, something you'll remember for the rest of your life. Shout out to everybody for letting that happen to us. You guys are the best. Breaking news actually that just happened that hurt my heart a little bit. You probably see that in the reaction in this video. The Chicago Bears made a very aggressive offer to pursue, may I quote, for Russell Wilson, but the Seahawks pretty much told him to eat dust and get the hell out there and trading them. So that's over with. So we got the next best thing, which is Andy Dalton. So there you go. I just wanted to let everybody know that.
So, and also too, guys, make sure y'all really give Wisconsin Heroics a follow and check all their stuff out. I mean, they have been so unbelievably supportive to myself, to Jake. I couldn't believe it last night when I got hit up about the possibility about doing an interview with Gilbert Brown, who, I mean, obviously, if you know Packers football, Gilbert Brown is an absolute legend. And I think what he's doing off the field, Jake, is absolutely unbelievable. The Gilbert Brown Foundation supports 156 charities in Wisconsin. That is absolutely unbelievable. And it's not just here in Southeast Wisconsin. It is all over Wisconsin. And like I said, Jake, we talked last night. It was unreal, amazing that this happened, and I can't believe it. And I can't say enough.
For
Good
sure,
things,
man.
good
For
things
sure.
about it.